Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Keeping Up with the Theta Delts. Today, I got Carson Wirtz, Deacon Green on the pod with me. How you guys doing today?
It's really cold out today, but it's not bad. How are you, Deacon?
Other than the fact that when I left work, I had to dig my car out of ice, I'm pretty okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I had to break the ice on the door handle.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, you got back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Stayed safe, had to rush for the podcast, More important than anything else. More important than the law, more important than life, the TDX podcast.
90 miles an hour down South Avenue.
90 is an understatement.
Oh, amen.
All right. Let's jump into the first question I got for you boys. So we, for those that don't know, share a suite now.
We do.
With a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So how awesome is that? Right? I mean, you guys loving it or what?
Don't say anything.
And you can be honest.
Don't answer that question.
You can be honest.
I'm your lawyer. Plead the fifth.
It's cool sometimes.
It is cool sometimes. No, he's great. Diego is he's a love ball, dude. He's a cuddler for sure. And, I think he's really mature and smart for being a stray, in quotes, a stray. He was like 10 months old.
Mm-hmm.
He's super cool. Got to get him to pee outside, dude. This is a problem. And I feel bad for him, dude. Like, this is just like a reality, I think, of like pet ownership. Mm-hmm. It's like, you got to go sometimes. You got to go to work, go to class. And like, he himself is not house trained yet to be around like free roaming. Mm-hmm. So like, I feel so bad. You have to close the doors and be like, oh, sorry, Diego.
Well,
he's cool though.
Sometimes we got to go. Sometimes he's got to go piss, and that doesn't always line up. The schedules don't always align. So, Deacon, how are you liking the new suite so far?
It's pretty good. The dog keeps trying to eat my Chewbacca slippers, though, and I'm not a fan of that.
He also almost peed on your bag, I understand.
My work bag with all my school stuff in it.
He said, I don't care about that.
Inches away.
It almost experienced like Noah's Ark flood.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, both juniors at Wabash, coming up only a little over a year left until you guys are done here. So Carson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I say don't say that. Deacon fist bumps over here.
you guys are about to achieve UNC status. You guys are like a semester away from UNC status.
That's disgusting. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Anyway, UNCs, starting with you, Carson. What are some important things you learned here at Wabash?
Let's see. Number one most important thing here at Wabash, go to class. If you want, okay, this is going to be weird. Okay, controversial statement. I know the STEM guys who listen to this are going to kill me when they see me after they listen to this. Dude, you go to class, you turn your work in on time, you do your best, you communicate with your professors, your bosses, whatever, you'll be fine. Like, you will do just fine at Wabash. It's really... They hype up how hard Wabash is. I don't think it really is sometimes. Like, if you just pace yourself and are smart about it. But that's one thing. The other big thing I'd say I've learned is to take care of your personal life, man. Mm-hmm. Like, we're so busy. We do so much stuff. It can be hard to pace yourself and make sure you're making enough time for yourself and for your interpersonal relationships. We're social human beings, and you got to take care of that. So I know I personally had experience of working myself too hard. I'm not taking care of myself. It can be a big downward spiral. So that's something I always try to push with new guys around Wabash and around TDX. It's just make that point of emphasis, man. That's what I got.
Yeah, I relate to that a lot because I'm a person like I feel like anxious. I'm not doing something productive. Even if like if I finished all my homework for the day, I still have that feeling. I'm like, I should be doing something more productive than looking at my phone.
Dude, I had like no meetings or anything or schoolwork to do between like 10 a.m. and lunch today. And I was like, it's a 2-hour period. I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah. I was like wandering around the house looking for something to do. So I just, resorted to bothering Carter in the dining room and going to Family Dollar.
Absolutely. Deacon, what are some important lessons you've learned here?
Probably the most important one is just the aspect of socializing. Many state schools and bigger schools, you can go your entire 4 years just sitting in your room most days. Wabash is very unique in the fact that there's only 800-ish.
800, 900.
900. But it offers an opportunity to be friends with a lot of campus really easily. Even if you just go out every once in a while and go to big events and meet people, by the end of your time here, you will know a vast majority of people you walk by. And I think that's one of the most important parts of the Wabash experience is the connections you build here, not only with your fellow students, but also your faculty and alumni. Importantly, we have a very strong connection with our alumni. Offers a lot of opportunities that not very many people get at other places.
No sig guys though.
Yeah, I like with so many there's social events going on all the time here, whether it be live shows like we had the Ralph's Brother concert last semester, and there's always talks to go to where you can socialize with others and learn at the same time. So many social things to do. Like there's really no reason to not get out there and form these Wabash connections that we talk about so much, but it's true. And then jumping into another topic. That's a little bit more fun, I guess. Like how.
Sorry, we're laughing at him away from our mics.
That's okay. So, you guys have Deacon. You joined obviously a lot more recently than Carson did. But Carson, you've been around TDX since fall semester your freshman year, correct?
That's right. Yeah, yes. Fall 2022.
So, what is some things that you have seen change about the house that you're most proud of?
The number one thing I'm most proud of, and it's something that brings me a lot of joy every day, even though I may josh around about it. Mm-hmm. I remember freshman year, that first semester, having meals, and just no brother was going. Mm-hmm. The way that guys used to be around the house. I mean, this is back we had maybe 17 people in the house, roughly. Guys would go to meals. They would go to the kitchen, get their plates, and go back to their rooms and eat. Mm-hmm. It was depressing, especially when you're, we called them pledges at the time, now new members. Mm-hmm. We had our pledge table, which was the third table closest to the piano. Mm-hmm. And myself and Carter would be the ones usually there. Ethan usually had football stuff going on, meetings, practices, stuff like that. So it's just myself and Carter. And this was back when the brothers would ask us a million stupid questions, to keep us on our toes and ask about certain brothers, stuff like that. And we would sit down for meals, and it would just be two guys. It'd be Lincoln, who graduated 2023, and maybe Miles sometimes, maybe Ian every once in a while. Just really not that many people who would pull up. So I take that where it was awkwardly quiet and nobody was around. Now our dining room is full of people. We have the full 30 people, 25, 30 people there every day, every meal. Mm-hmm. And it is so loud and there's so many goofy conversations happening. Mm-hmm. The energy today, at lunch, right, where we start arguing about fast food. Yeah. Our favorite fast food places. That never would have happened my freshman year. I'm so proud of just the communal culture that the house has right now. We embrace each other and it's just so much fun. That was like a spark to the fuse situation. I just mentioned that I was a big fan of Popeyes. Yeah, dude. All of a sudden that spread from our end of the table across the table to the next table. All of a sudden we're all having this big conversation about who's right and wrong about fast food. And we all lose respect for people like Bobby when he says that Burger King is A or B tier. I'm no, Burger King sucks. It is not A or B tier. I don't care. He was claiming, what did he say was worse than Burger King? Did he say Culver's was worse than Burger King? Is that what he said? Yeah. He said Culver's worse than Burger King. He said Wendy's and Burger King are on the same tier. I'm dude, no. Not even close. Probably one of the worst takes I've heard. Culver's below Burger King is probably one of the worst takes I've heard. Yeah, dude. It's a joke. Anyway, aside from that though, love meals, dude. I'm so proud that the guys actually enjoy being around each other now. It's kind of wild. Which is crazy for a fraternity, but yeah. Hey, these are big important things. We're actually acting like a fraternity now. So yeah, sometimes. Pretty great. Deacon. And then Deacon. So obviously a lot had changed from when Carson joined to when you officially joined. But I would like to ask, if things hadn't changed, if those improvements hadn't been made, could you see yourself still at TDX, or would you probably still be independent somewhere else?
The honest answer to that is no. Mm-hmm. I was here for Scarlet Honors before I came here, and I spent some time with the TDX my freshman year, or the TDX house my freshman year. Mm-hmm. because I lived right upstairs in the corner suite. And I honestly told myself at that time, I was like, there's not a chance that I would ever join this house. I looked around like, I don't want to be a part of whatever's going on here. Mm-hmm. And that really stayed the same until my sophomore year, spring semester, very early, when I went back there and met Carson and McRoberts and Carter, who I known most of them outside of TDX. I had classes or Wham with them before, or pep band. So it showed that the house changed. But I remember my Scarlet Honors, I stayed there, woke up at 6 a.m. to leave. And I had the thought in my head, I was like, I'm never coming back to this building. And then freshman year, after I moved to Wolcott, I'm like, I will never step foot in College Hall again.
Now here you are.
Now here I am.
Trapped in a room with me and a dog.
Ian.
And Ian.
And your younger brother.
Well, I'm used to that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So from the short amount of time that you spent before in your freshman year to now, like what changes, like what did you notice? What made you be like, hey, this place might actually be for me? What changes were made that you noticed?
They really moved away from the alcohol, or at least it seemed like that when I was here. The freshman year, the joke about TDX was that's where all the functional alcoholics were. When you talked about TDX, you were like, oh, the alcoholics who live by themselves. I mean, that's not the standard anymore. And also, they've got way more involved on campus. I mean, even since I've joined, we've seen how many, I think all but one person's involved in a club.
Yeah.
Involved in something. Yeah.
I mean, Theta Delta is a very social house outside of our living unit. And I think that's what changed, because I started meeting Carter in pep band. I met Carson in pep band and bio. I met Roberts I met in Wham, like I said. So just, I went from knowing no upperclassmen Theta Deltas my freshman year to knowing a lot of at the time, the sophomores and the juniors.
So you guys have obviously learned a lot here at Wabash, as we just talked about, but what are some things that you'd maybe like to impart on the house as a whole? Maybe not like one person in particular, but like leave some wisdom behind or some sort of mark on the house.
That's a deep question.
That is a tough question. So I had to put you on the spot like that.
Wisdom to part on the house, like things like I still want to see in the house after I graduate, things like that. If this counts, I think about a little too regularly for somebody who's a junior. I think about how I want to interact with the house as an alum. And if I'm being honest, it's that I need the house to continue their anti-hazing policy. That will never be back a part of the house. I will never be a part of the house culture again, because I'm very proud to be a Theta Delt. If my charge decides they're going to go back into hazing, and treating people that they're better than they are, I will not be returning until that's resolved. In all honesty, if there's hazing allegations, if they just start being jerks like that, no. So what I'm saying here is to continue the new member education route we've been having, keep working with nationals to improve that, and just everything in general. But hold that, and the fact that respect, even if you are a Theta Delt, I say this with love, respect is earned, not given. If you want the alumni to like you and to engage with you, you gotta be showing the right things too. You know what I mean? Since the house has kind of gone through its rebuild that we've kind of gotten to work through, we've seen a lot more alumni get engaged and more interested with the house. We had to earn that back, So that would just be what I'd want people to keep on thinking about and pondering when we graduate.
Deacon, you?
And the most important part that we gotta keep a hold of as a house is we're growing in sizes that 10 years ago would have seemed impossible. Would have seemed impossible my freshman year. I did not expect Theta to make any sort of comeback in size. I thought they were dead and gone, to be honest. But something that really drew me to the house over other houses like Teak was the small band aspect of it. When I joined the house, it was probably like
20-ish, yeah.
20-ish people.
Maybe 22.
Maybe 22 people. I mean, you go to fraternities and there's 70 plus people. You do not know all 70 people. You maybe talk to them a little bit, but you do not deeply know everybody in the house.
No.
When you have 22 people in a house, that completely changes. I know every brother of the house on a personal level because there's still only 30 of us, but the fact, when you look at Wabash's description for us on their website, it is solely based on the fact that we are a small house and we are focused on brothership. And I think the house has to continue the closeness that we have even when we grow in numbers. Because the part that drew me to TDX was the fact that I could be friends with everybody and actually knew who they were and not just because they were my brother.
I feel the exact same way. Yeah, that was exactly what drew me here as well, was like they're friends and I can be friends with everybody here and have a connection with everybody here and not, pass somebody in the hallway and be like, that was the first time I talked to them this week. You know what I mean? These are very important things. I value that a lot, that, you can say you're a brotherhood all you want, but if you don't act like it, then it really doesn't matter. But I think we do a great job of being brothers with each other and staying communicating with each other and being honest with each other. I think that's a great thing about this house. So, jumping back to what we mentioned earlier, the fast food thing. One of my notes here, I wanted to do a fun little bit here, and I want all the listeners to play along as well.
Oh no!
And if you have any takes, send them to me. My name is Carter Birch. Text them to Carter Birch. Email them to Carter Birch at. No, I'm kidding.
His phone number.
Message us TDX Wabash on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely message the house Instagram with any responses to this segment that you might have, and tell us why we are incorrect. But then we will respond and tell you why you are incorrect.
Amen.
Kidding. So, I'm sure you guys know what a blind ranking is, right?
Yep.
You guys have seen this before. Oh, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Listeners, like I said, play along. All right. So you got 5 spots. You're not going to know what's coming next.
Right. Okay. I need a piece of paper or something. I'm using the back of this.
That works.
We're agreeing on this top 5?
So you're both going to do separate ones.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
Separate blind ranks, okay?
Sorry. If you hear the loud clanking, that's me writing on a piece of paper for the both of us.
Listeners, this is the ASMR section of the podcast. Listen to Carson write those numbers.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Great.
That one.
Oh.
All right, so first spot I got for you. Wendy's. Where are we throwing Wendy's?
I like Wendy's.
I do too. I think that's a 2.
I was going to say 2 for Wendy's, actually. I actually agree with that.
Throwing it in at the 2. Now, are you saying because you think there's a lot better than Wendy's, or are you just kind of hedging your bets here?
I'm counting on a really strong number 1, in all honesty, and also the fact, I'll be honest, with Wendy's, I think they're really solid. I've never had a bad experience at Wendy's. I think they're one of the better fast food burgers. I love the Frosty. I'm also really nostalgic. See, we guard the bench, And I remember when myself, Carter, and Ethan guarded the bench, it was freezing cold out and it was raining the entire time. Miles Goss brought us Wendy's Baconators.
What a beast.
In the middle of the night.
What a legend.
And that just made the entire experience. So, for better or for worse, I have very positive memories associated with the Wendy's Baconator.
I don't have any stories. It's just the $5 biggie bag is the best.
It's pretty good, dude.
It's one of the best deals of all time.
It's a great deal.
$5 gets you nugs, a cheeseburger, fries, and a drink.
God, we're fat.
This is the big bag section of the podcast.
That's like a gallon of gas now.
Dude, actually, yeah.
So, would you say that Miles reminds you a lot of Wendy's? You see Miles, you think of Wendy's now after that moment?
You might be the redheaded girl.
Actually, okay. I'm going to say yes, and you're not going to expect it. I have a story for that, too.
There's no way you have 2 Miles Wendy's stories.
This is the... Dude, he hasn't done it in a while. But, like, Miles used to do consistent Wendy's runs. Like, all the time.
Really?
Yes. Like, that used to, like, be his thing. You go to Wendy's all the time. And him and Jake Talbert used to go to Culver's all the time, going around the house chanting, "Me want custard." So I will always think of Jake and Miles with Wendy's and Culver's. Sorry, go ahead. What's the next one?
All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Kind of such an old man.
All right, next we got McDonald's. We're going to throw the old Mickey D's.
McDonald's is reliable. I'm going 4.
4? Okay.
I think there's worse McDonald's.
Carson throwing McD's into the 4?
You know this isn't fun if we pick the same things. I mean, I think it's 4. I don't think it's...
Hey, if you know the same list, I mean, hey, that's just great minds think alike, you know?
Maybe.
Oh, shit. I mean, dang, my bad.
You're good.
I misspelled McDonald's.
Dear everybody listening, forgive Carson for what he just said. Amen.
Amen.
You didn't have... They can't see it. You could have just lied.
Well, yeah. Well, I was writing it. I just had to verbally respond to me, an English major, not being able to spell McDonald's correctly.
They don't have to know any of this.
Well,
You just keep digging yourself deeper into the hole.
Okay, well, shut up, Deacon.
So, on that note, similar to what I said about Miles, to relate this back to the house, does anybody at the house remind you of McDonald's? You got any fun McDonald's stories with anybody? Because I have one.
I have one outside of the house, but not in the house.
You have one?
I don't think so. I have a funny one about Wendy's or Bobby, but that's about it.
I have a good one. So, I don't remember why. It was over a closed weekend, but I was at McDonald's with a couple of guys. One of them was Nate.
Oh,
and Nate's food got done before anybody else.
This is a good place. His place in the hands.
His food got done before anybody else, like I said. So he goes up to get it. We're all sitting there.
Yep.
I don't think the rest of us were looking. I don't remember who else was there. I think it was like 4 or 5 of us, I want to say.
Okay.
Nate grabs his tray, but he grabs it with one hand. And something about the weight imbalance, I'm not sure. All of a sudden, there was like a commotion, and we look over, and Nate's tray is like all over the floor. Like the food is all over the floor.
I know Abby killed him for that. I know Abby killed him for that.
I was laughing so hard, and he looks because it happened right at the counter. Like as soon as he got out of the counter, he just
dumps it on the ground.
He did it on purpose.
And the worker's like, "What the
So
hell?"
he just makes like eye contact with the worker, and he's like, "Do you have something I can clean that up with?" And they're like, "Yeah, like give me just a second." And then the employee was like, "I'll get it. Just give me a minute." But Nate didn't. Nate felt bad. He didn't want the worker to do it, so he just starts grabbing fries and nuggets off the floor with his bare hands. And I was like,
"Let's have our Walmart story."
Oh, yeah.
The Walmart story. No, that's a story for another day. I'm sorry.
So that's okay. So far we've got Miles is Wendy's, and Nate is McDonald's.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think that's actually an apt comparison.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right, third fast food joint for the list. And you guys might not have had this one. I don't know. It's not exactly obscure, but it's not like super popular.
Yeah.
It's White Castle. What do we think about White Castle?
It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting.
The one White Castle fan listening just got pissed.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, alumni from 2004. My bad. I've only been there like once or twice. And I was pretty young, so it's been a while. I think that White Castle is one of those places that even as a kid, I was like, this is vile. And when you're a kid, you'll eat anything, so that says something.
It is not the best fast food. However, it is open really late in a time where a lot of places weren't.
That's it. Yeah.
After concert food, you go to White Castle, you get yourself a crave case.
I've been to many events where I either end up at a White Castle or a Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is a better late night food place.
I didn't have a Taco Bell by my house, but I had a White Castle. So
one complaint I have about White Castle is like they don't always wrap up the burgers, so you can just put your hand in the bag and just finger your food.
Yeah, the cheese and all.
You just stick 2 fingers deep in a cheeseburger, and you're like,
You know what I have had? White Castle does like heat up food, like heat up burgers.
Oh yeah,
That's even worse.
Yeah, I've had those before.
Like out of like a freezer section.
Yeah, like myself and Bobby have had those before.
Yeah, when I worked at a grocery store, we had like a White Castle slider section, and it would run out sometimes. And I'm thinking,
who's eating these? The answer is myself and Bobby.
You want frozen burgers? There's like plenty of them in another. Like you specifically wanted a frozen White Castle burger.
There's White Castle right next door.
Like
I'm putting White Castle number 5. I don't care. I don't care.
Despite that sounds good, it's also going 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, we have the same list.
Consistency is key, baby.
Maybe we should have just had one list, Cook.
I'm just gonna do the
It might end up that way. I thought it'd be different, but
Let's pick the opposite of whatever you pick this time.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So we get more views on this.
that will definitely cause debate then, because the fourth one is. Oh wait, actually, before I move on to that, do any of the brothers remind you of White Castle?
I'm gonna say Nick.
I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna say the same thing.
He seems like a White Castle guy.
He seems like a White Castle. I could see him like getting high and then going to White Castle.
Be like, damn, this tiny little burger's good.
Hey, when you're under the influence of
Chad,
this burger's so disgusting. That'd be Nick. He's from Chicago. It makes sense. Okay, what's next?
Nick, you in agreement? Nick equals White Castle.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, great.
And Nick, if you're listening, apologies.
He's not listening. Nick's not gonna listen to this. You kidding me?
All right, the fourth one is Chick-fil-A.
I have a hot take on Chick-fil-A. I don't think they're that good.
Ooh.
I said it. The sauce carries.
Sauce does carry.
The chicken is mid. The line is always really long. They're overpriced, in my opinion. Definitely not a fan of them behind the scenes either.
They've said some.
They've done some weird things.
Intriguing.
In my opinion, weird things.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not important though. What is important is I think that as a fast food place, even they're not that great. I think they're okay. I'm comfortable putting them in the number 3 spot and seeing what's last. Long John Silver's is number 1.
I know my mom is listening right now, and she 100% agrees with you.
Hey,
she's in the not Chick-fil-A boat.
I love Cook's mom. She's the best.
Thank you.
Besides my mom, of course.
Shout out to mom if you're listening.
Yeah, thanks, mom.
I'm gonna use the opposite logic. I'm not gonna go based off the place. I'm gonna look ahead. With you, I know there's either Culver's coming up, which is my number 1.
You can't read me.
Or it's Burger King.
You can't read me.
Oh God,
that's the problem.
I didn't even think of Burger King.
If I put Chick-fil-A at 3, and then you throw Culver's at me, I'm very upset. But
I can't put Chick-fil-A number 1, dude. You can't.
But I also can't put Burger King number 1.
You could also pull the little goofy on us and pull out Five Guys, which has been a controversial point around the house too.
Not fast food.
I was gonna say I'm not doing that because Five Guys is not fast food.
Thank you. Thank God. Okay, the 3 of us are. Carter is not.
68% of people on Ian's Instagram are incorrect.
Oh, dude, yeah. It just shows that maybe not everybody should be allowed to vote.
It is
exactly. So democracy doesn't always win.
No.
And that being said, it's going.
Oh, you're putting number 3. Dude, we have the same list.
I'm risking it.
Deacon.
All right.
Oh my gosh, what's number 1? I'm so scared.
Last one. Wait, before we move on, any brothers remind you of Chick-fil-A?
Carter. Objectively, Carter. Carter buys so much Chick-fil-A sauce.
I was going to say, Carter is a big Chick-fil-A fan.
And then he gets surprised when people continue to steal it from him.
Shout out to Carter. We just might not share the same takes as you when it comes to Chick-fil-A. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Carter.
You know who also actually reminds me just of Chick-fil-A is Noah.
Really?
Yeah.
Very, very popular. Popular guy. A lot of people know him.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not saying this right.
Dude, listen. Got some hot takes sometimes, just like Chick-fil-A.
He sure does.
I think Noah and Chick-fil-A are a good comparison, personally.
All right.
See, now we're doing like characteristics. I thought we were just doing stories before.
I don't know. It lined up.
Yeah, it's okay. Take that, Noah.
No one's going to have a White Castle story because no one goes to White Castle.
Well, see, but the nice thing is that Noah's going to be sitting here listening to the podcast like, yeah. Thank you.
I like Chick-fil-A. And hey, it's a good thing, you know? Chick-fil-A's pretty popular. He's very popular.
Okay, that's number 1.
All right, last one. Sorry, I got to hold the anticipation. Taco Bell.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. Dude, Taco Bell, listen, I don't know why I'm bothering writing this. Taco Bell is like it's not the best quality food. It is a deal.
It's consistent.
And they are open late. And like the crunch wraps still are pretty solid. You know, they're not bad.
You know, they only have 7 ingredients back there, but I'll be damned if they don't make the most of those 7 ingredients.
That dude, facts. 80% real meat. Let's go. It's B-. It's Taco Bell.
You don't get meat from Taco Bell. You just go straight for potatoes and everything.
There you go.
Yeah. Everybody listening who played along, please send your blind list to the TDX Instagram.
Watch them all be the same.
Yeah.
We might share them.
Every single person has the exact same list.
We might, yeah. I can't promise anything.
I can't wait to see the one like somebody had to put like Taco Bell at the 5 because they left the 5.
That'd be so sad.
White Castle at the
White Castle's at their 1. that was midway through. That means they did that by choice. Somebody was like, hell yeah, White Castle.
White Castle. Yeah.
They see a White Castle sign. It's like nighttime, 10 p.m. They're like, oh my God.
The pearly gates of White Castle. My dad, I think, likes White Castle. So
I'm trying to think of a house comparison to Taco Bell. And I'm having trouble.
I'm going to go with Cristobal.
Chris?
Not because he's Mexican. Not because he's Mexican.
I understood what you were saying.
But because he's always up late.
He's up late. He's consistent. He's there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's going to kick my ass. I'm sorry, Chris.
Said about the D&I chair.
Yeah. No, okay, never mind. I'm changing my vote. I'm going to go with Aiden Shaw. I'm changing my vote for Aiden Shaw because Aiden's also always up late. Gino's all night. Taco Bell's not all night anymore.
Okay,
Gino was 24-hour Walmart.
Yeah. Are there any food, like fast food open 24/7? Because that's Gino.
I can't.
IHOP.
IHOP is 24 hours.
I don't know because it's fast food, but Gino's IHOP.
Or a Waffle House.
See, IHOP makes me mad, though. I've never been to an IHOP late at night and have more than one person working the front of house. It's like the one server doing everything. And I feel bad because I walk in, there's like I'm there with my friends, and there's like 5 other tables of drunk people who are there. They have to take care of everybody.
Free will moment right here.
What are you doing? Huh? What's
free will moment? I'm worried. What
do you mean by that?
Let's see. It was last Thanksgiving break. I was back home.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. And I went with two of my college buddies back home. Mm-hmm. And we went to the IHOP in Anderson, Indiana at 2:30 a.m.
Why?
Because we thought about it, and we deemed it was safer than the Waffle House.
No! What?
You've never been to the Anderson, Indiana Waffle House.
Dude, I've never been to Waffle House.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Dude, I'm from South Bend.
We're going to need to change
Indiana.
that.
Dude, I want to go to Waffle House, but I don't have a freaking car, dude. How am I going to get there?
Fair.
Whenever I'm vacation going like down south, my family never wants to go to Waffle House. I don't know why.
Fair point.
Yeah. There's a nearest one here. There has to be one near.
There's one like 30 minutes away. 30 minutes south of here, I think.
That's totally about right.
Yeah. We should go.
You haven't lived until you've been in IHOP at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, dude.
In Anderson, Indiana.
Dude, IHOP is solid, man. Yeah. Like, those are good pancakes. Wouldn't get anything else there, but like the pancakes are solid. Can't lie.
All right. So, back to a little bit more personal related stuff. So, one of the things I want to talk about is
don't throw things.
No throwing pins in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to talk about things we're excited about, but I want to talk about specifically like I want to start off like personal. Like, what's something personal in your guys' life coming up that you're excited about?
Okay, I can't say too much because things are not like confirmed yet, and like things need to be like professional, right? I'm really getting close to locking down an internship at Wabash over the summer. Doing some really cool things with some really cool people.
Yes, sir.
I can't say too much more than that, but like I'm in a good spot for summer employment, and like I like going home over summer breaks, and I still will probably go back for like a week or two here and there to see family and all that. But staying on campus is kind of appealing. Doing really cool work with cool people is always appealing. And just like being in central Indiana instead of being, 3-4 hours north of here, like just kind of like opens things up to hang out with the rest of the guys who live here centrally. So like Deacon and Drake have already promised me they'll come hang out with me or like go do things together. Carter's around, Bobby's around. There's plenty of people around. And like I know we've talked about going to like concerts and things over the summer. It's like it's just like a whole new like I hate going like that 2-3 month span of not seeing like any of the guys. It's like this is going to be a really cool opportunity socially and professionally. Hopefully, if things do iron out the way they should.
I'll have to jump in on some over summer too because I was thinking like, man, 3 months is kind of a long time. I was seeing the guys.
Yeah,
I might be a totally different person. I might be a caveman. In the
he
next
comes back with like a full beard. Tom Hanks.
I've turned into like Aristotle over the 3 summer months.
Comes back, he's Greek and has long curly hair, and he says he's a Cowboys fan.
No,
not again.
Don't you ever say that. I'm not a Cowboys fan. All right, let's get that straight.
He's a Jags fan.
Jags fan, which is cooler than Cowboys in my opinion.
Oh,
Duval.
oh it hurts.
That's so funny. I love that. But actually, real quick before we get back to this topic, Aristotle.
Dude, you're the host of the podcast. You're punching your mic.
To all the to all the listeners whose ears I just my bad.
My bad.
I
punched you in the ear.
I got a little heated there for a second. Good thing I didn't lose my cool.
Oh.
Good thing I didn't lose my cool. All right. No, but Aristotle's one of my biggest ops.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
I swear, every single high school and college teacher / professor loves that dude. I can't escape Aristotle. He's everywhere.
Oh, so it's his fault.
Yes.
Okay.
If he never put out all those works, and they're all written in some old English, okay, it's hard to understand. I don't like it. Like, all right, this is a message to any educators out there. No teaching Aristotle. All right? And you in the future, no teaching Aristotle.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll be an English teacher, and if Aristotle ever comes in the conversation, I'll be like, sorry, he's blacklisted from my classroom. I can't talk about that. My bad.
Dude, no Aristotle, okay?
No Aristotle.
No, it's just like, I feel like all 4 years of high school, and then last semester, and now starting this semester too, there's always something involving Aristotle. I'm like, this dude's everywhere.
It's almost like he was a great mind for it.
Yeah, I would have thought.
He's the Jesus of the school system.
You know, I hate Shakespeare, man. Why are we always talking about Shakespeare? He's not that important. Come on. All right.
Aristotle's my op.
I want to hear what Deacon's excited about.
Yeah. What's something personally you're excited about, Deacon?
Well, my band that Carson is also in, Deacon and the Loosey Goosey Experience, we're playing a few shows at this point this semester.
Ooh.
So I'm excited for that one to get rolling.
Yes,
It
sir.
was fun last semester, and the stages will be bigger this year, so.
Oh, yeah. Let me go hard.
How do you feel about being known on campus as Freebird guy?
It's not the worst thing to be known about.
Yeah, it's pretty.
No.
It's a pretty good thing to be known for.
I learned over break, there's a small group of people at AU now who now know me as Freebird guy.
That's awesome.
So it's moving across campuses.
Wow.
I'm no longer Freebird guy, just
You're
here.
spreading.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good brand.
Yeah, but also
honest.
in Anderson University.
Put that on your LinkedIn profile. Deacon Green, a.k.a. Freebird guy.
I might.
Yeah, put that down as like your primary occupation on LinkedIn.
Freebird guy.
Like you come in for like a first professional job interview and you just start shredding, you know?
Yeah.
How could they tell you no?
Right.
I know it's an automatic hire right
You almost did that for music theory.
Pretty much.
Just go into music theory with your guitar and call it a day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And now I want to talk about some things that we're excited about in like the public sphere, like, you know, maybe in like a new movie coming out or something, or a new album by somebody. Like what's something like in like the media / big world sphere that you're excited about?
I'm going first. I think I thought of one immediately. So James Gunn is in charge of DC now. Like the DC films, all that stuff. He's like CEO of DC Studios. And I think it's like maybe this spring or this summer that Superman's coming out.
Ooh, okay.
You know, kind of like restarting, rebooting the DC universe, and like putting James Gunn at the helm, and a film that's like written and directed by James Gunn. I love James Gunn. So like I'm super stoked for Superman. Like the first trailer I thought looked really good, and seeing Creature Commandos on HBO Max, that like he wrote that. Like I thought that was a super strong series. So like I'm so excited for Superman and for James Gunn's continue to work with DC.
You gonna go on opening night?
Maybe. Well, I got to check the calendar and all that, but I will definitely be going to see it in theaters, like for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's like a lot of movies that I want to see. I'm like, I'll wait for it to come out on like a streaming service.
Right.
It's save money, and you're already paying for the service. Like, got to use it.
Yes, but we also have to vote with our wallets sometimes.
That's true.
And like, you got to reward people financially for good things, or else they're going to stop making it.
I will say that there are some movies that I have to watch in theaters, like the finale of the Spider-Verse trilogy is going to be coming out. Dude, yeah. Sometime in the next 30 years. They keep pushing the date back. I have to assume sometime within the next 30 years there will be a finale.
Probably around GTA 6 time,
What's going to drop first? Spider-Verse trilogy finale or GTA 6?
I'm going GTA 6.
All right, Carson's taking GTA 6.
Carter.
It was a misinput. Okay, calm down.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think GTA 6.
GTA 6. I fear it's gonna be GTA 6 also. The meme has gone from like we got so and so before GTA 6 to we got so and so before the Spider-Verse trilogy that started in 2017 finished.
It's fine. It's fine, dude.
I saw reports that the finale might not come out till 2027. A trilogy of movies taking 10 years to finish is disgusting work. I gotta be honest. Like, there's no way one writer's strike killed all the momentum that this movie had.
No comment.
All right, Deacon, something, publicly that you're excited about?
Something I will not be able to interact with because I am a poor kid from Indiana is the Black Sabbath reunion going on in Birmingham.
No.
It'd be a very cool concert. The list of artists performing is crazy.
It's nuts, dude.
I don't know how they're pulling this off, but if I had money and I could go there, I would. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping they live stream it. If they do, I will do nothing that day but watch that.
Tune into the stream for sure.
Dude, they've got to at least record it for video, video archive stuff.
You would think.
They have to.
You would think.
There's no way.
Surely.
I mean,
it's a crazy lineup.
Yeah, it's historical. It's the original lineup, too.
Right. Well, Ozzy's last show.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Hopefully they do the pig song. I really like the pig song.
The pig song.
Which one is that?
The War Pigs?
War Pigs, that's the one.
The pig song,
I just remember it has something to do with pigs.
Do you like it because of its message on war or because it says the word pigs?
Yes.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. I really like the lyricism, and it also just sounds really nice. You can just play it and brain off and just kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the song where Ozzy rhymes masses with masses?
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Great lyricist.
A true genius of his time.
Amen, dude. Actually, yeah.
Ozzy's top two lyricists ever are Ozzy Osbourne and Eminem, and that's the list right there.
I hate to break it to you, Ozzy wrote none of the lyrics.
No, he wrote it.
It was the bass player.
He would know.
Nerd. Okay.
Bro, Ozzy did everything, bro. He also played the guitar solo on Crazy Train,
Yeah, he did all of his work and never had any other help. He was solo.
Correct. That's the story of Ozzy.
He did not get carried. My bad.
Something I'm excited for. I already mentioned it, but like I said, at some point in the future, Spider-Verse trilogy.
Yep.
Probably, maybe.
Hopefully.
I've saw some reports for other shows that I like having new seasons come out at some point this year. I saw reports originally that the finale of Stranger Things was going to come out this year. I don't know if that's going to get pushed back or not. But last I saw, it was supposed to come out this year. And I love Stranger Things, so excited about that.
I've never seen it.
Big fan.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think season 2 is my favorite. Season 2 was really, really good. Whatever season had Bob. For all the listeners that watch Stranger Things, Bob was good.
Because I don't think Deacon or I have any idea of what you're talking about.
Really? Neither of you watch Stranger Things?
No. I work.
That's fair.
The problem I have is when I talk to people who have seen it, they're like, well, the first couple seasons are pretty rough and then it gets good.
No.
I've heard season 1 is not great.
Whoa. Okay. If any of you listening told Deacon that, why?
Saving me time, I guess.
No. No. All the seasons of Stranger Things are good.
It has that one Metallica part that's pretty cool. That's about all I've seen.
That dude, that's so emotional. All right. For those who know, dude, very sad. That's a very sad part. No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil anything though.
Thanks for when we definitely watch Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
and you probably won't, but it is very emotional.
I'll take your word for it.
Now, I would not recommend watching anything past season 4-ish of Riverdale. If you ever watch Riverdale, don't watch past season 4.
What's Riverdale?
You cannot be serious.
Yeah, it was a CW show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, I think.
I remember seeing ads for it as a kid when I was watching The Flash.
Yeah.
I used to like The Flash, and then I stopped liking The Flash. Then the show got canceled shortly after.
I didn't have cable TV.
Oh, good for you.
I had Fetch with
Ruffman. PBS. Dude, I love PBS Kids, dude.
I always watched Riverdale on Netflix.
Okay.
And then there's something. Oh, I think tomorrow, as we're recording this, new season, the finale of Cobra Kai comes out. That's big news. I'm excited for that. You guys haven't? Do you guys watch anything, bro? Turn on Netflix once.
I don't have Netflix.
Oh, my bad.
No.
There's only one video I ever watch, and it's Layla
But Eric Clapton.
by Eric Clapton live at the
Yeah, that and While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty and Prince and Jeff Lynne.
If you have not seen that, go watch that. That is
Amazing.
13 minutes of guitar excellence.
We watch it at least 5 times a day.
Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube.
Shout out to YouTube, I guess. Apologies to Netflix for just getting crapped on this whole time. I mean, I guess I'm the only.
We weren't crapping on Netflix.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Netflix lost all accountability when the Mike Tyson fight.
Oh my gosh, what a disaster. Dude.
What an absolute disaster.
Terrible.
All right, boys.
Okay.
I think it's time.
Oh, no.
We worked hard. Okay. So, listeners, we're going to have a little fun with this. So, I'm implementing my first segment idea that I had for this show. Spice things up a little bit, change the formula on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. This first segment that we're going to do is called Letters from the Heart, where we each wrote letters. Just something that we wanted to talk about, get off our chest, even, addressed to somebody that we. Deacon, no reading ahead. Stop.
Why is this so long?
Quit reading ahead.
Wait.
We definitely all wrote these letters ourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just things that we wanted to get off our chest. Address things, maybe. Just let our thoughts out. Put pen to paper, and get things off our chest. So, who wants to get started? You guys want me to start?
Yeah, you're the host. I think it's all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get it started and then we'll pass it around.
Thank you.
So I wrote this letter to the Wabash College administration, and I'm sure they won't get mad at me for it.
No.
All right.
Why not?
So, Astaghfirullah, Wabash College administration. It is I, Theta Del podcast host Ethan Cook. I'm writing you today to make some long overdue demands. My first demand is regarding our housing situation here at Wabash. See, the almighty and wise junior class has been pushing for a house of our own called Theta Thug Manor as the single most decorated fraternity. Excuse me, it makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. Fraternity at Wabash over the last 2 years. And considering our upward trajectory as we continue our rebuild, and the fact that we're soon to no longer be the smallest house, we think it right to get Theta Thug Manor. For real, we're like Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions if the Lions could clutch up in any of the playoff games. Anyways, Theta Thug Manor should be complete with an indoor pool, a spaceship-themed kitchen, and a nice custom recliner for when Dr. Blix visits. For old time's sake. For old time's sake. No independence either. And hot water and plenty of working washers and dryers, please. My second demand is that Theta Del should be given its own national act. As fellow proud capitalists, we know competition breeds success. As the house with the most involvement in the performing arts, let us have our own concert to compete with Student Senate's national act. Instead of rappers or country artists, though, we will just perform ourselves with the epic ska punk band Deacon and the Loosey Goosey Experience. You'll just be asked to cover the fees for equipment, catering, and for the Warriors to do a meet and greet and signing event for the students. Please, God. If we can't afford the Warriors, just Stephen Curry will do. I have a big crush on Stephen Curry with his... I have a huge crush about Stephen Curry and his succulent lips and firm butt. He's also good at basketball, I guess. If these demands are not met, I will probably do absolutely nothing about it, LOL. Yeah. Ethan Cook.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I just really needed to get those things off my chest.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And I really had to emphasize the fact that Steph Curry has succulent lips and a firm butt. Mm-hmm. That was important to mention in that letter. It's just things, I had to get off my chest,
Of course.
There's a reason it's called Letters from the Heart. These are important. Yeah. All right, who wants to read their letter next?
I'll go.
Yeah, you should go.
All right, Deacon, go ahead.
Leave the best for last. We'll get the English major in here last.
Yeah.
Dear that one girl who saved me from drowning in a Casey's bathroom in Lexington, Kentucky in 2009. Oh, what a story we could have had. I never learned your name, and it is one of the greatest mistakes I've ever made. How I wish that I could hop in one of those fancy Dorito time machines and go back to relive that moment of your bravery and beauty. I still remember it as if it was yesterday. It was a warm day in February 2009. Hillary Clinton had just won the presidency of the United States of Arkansas, and I was at the local rodeo thrusting determined cowboys from my hairy muscular back.
You were thrusting, you wrote this.
You were thrusting determined cowboys from your hairy muscular back.
I must have forgot that part.
As if you were a rodeo animal.
Thank you for piecing that together.
I understood what he was saying.
2009. I've slept since then. I had just launched my third Rider of the Day into the sun before they finally handed me $5 in Casey's gift cards, and I was on my merry way. Once I arrived at the Promised Lands, Casey's of course, I went in to grab my usual order, a soaking wet chocolate donut and a Red Bull.
Delicious.
However, upon entering, I realized that I had made a huge mistake. I had not used the porta potty before I left, and I needed to desperately. I stepped into that bathroom without realizing a slug, who I had now crushed under my size 22 boot, had used it before me. That dastardly fellow had left a slimy trail behind him, as they do, and I'll be damned if I didn't slip on it. My skull collided with the side of the toilet at an unfathomable velocity.
An unfathomable velocity, bro.
Dang.
And it made
that had to hurt.
And it made a sound as if a sledgehammer had just exploded through a solid brick wall. I was out cold. The ruckus that I had caused made you come running to my aid, broad shoulders glistening as you bounded towards me, or so I imagined. You saw my position and immediately understood exactly what had just happened. You pulled me from the remaining 1/3 of the toilet, and I looked up at you as if I had just been born into the hands of God.
Wow.
You had the most beautiful face and complexion, like Tilda Swinton with the muscles of Michelle Obama. Your short blonde bob reminded me of prime Ellen DeGeneres. You asked, "Are you all right, sir?" To which I responded, I think I'm going to need some help sound this one out.
That's great.
You wrote that.
Yeah. Hey, I slept since then. And what I can only imagine was perfect English. Just then the world faded to black, and I awoke in a hospital room, never asking for your name or cell phone number. I can only hope that one day this message will find you and will remember me with the same fondness I hold for you. Yours forever, Deacon Green.
Oh,
that was a beautiful message.
For Deacon. That's beautiful.
I can't believe. So let me get this straight. So you were at the rodeo, throwing cowboys into the sun from your muscular back.
Yeah, hairy muscular back. In 2009.
In Lexington, Kentucky.
I was a crazy 6-year-old.
Yeah,
5-year-old at this time.
I could see that. Yeah.
So do you still feel the effects of your head hitting that toilet at an unfathomable velocity?
Well, I don't know. I guess
I'll take that as a yes.
I don't remember what life was like before that.
You were having trouble remembering that event. It seemed like,
Yeah.
so I feel like it might have done something there.
Did you get this one off of Craigslist?
I actually I was going back through a scrapbook that you had, and I was like, oh, and then I found that. I was like, oh, Deacon must have wrote this back in 2009 in Lexington, Kentucky.
I only remember putting this on Craigslist and then LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that makes sense.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm glad you got that off your chest, and I hope one day you find whoever that was.
I hope-
You described her as looking like Tilda Swinton with the muscles of Michelle Obama.
That's beautiful.
And the hair of Ellen DeGeneres, I believe.
Oh, yeah, her hair reminded you of Prime Ellen.
Yeah.
So, chat, if we can just get a picture of Tilda Swinton real quick.
Yeah, just to refresh my memory.
So she looks something like this.
Beautiful.
That's Ellen.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whoever you had met, I can only assume looked a lot like that, but less like MGK. So,
I hope so.
It sounds like somebody from Kentucky.
Yeah, most people in Kentucky look like MGK.
Yeah. I think that's about right.
apologies to all the Kentucky listeners.
I'll apologize if they hear this segment.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Carson, you want to read the letter that you brought for us today?
Yeah. I'm very happy to share this with the gang here. Dear Nintendo, longtime fan, first time writer. I've been a fan of your product since I was a small lad playing the best video game console to ever come out of a foreign industry. I enjoyed games like Wii Sports, Mario, and Sonic at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and my favorite, of course, Osuji Sentai Clean Key. Ever since then, I've been deeply disappointed by your contributions to the gaming industry, especially with the creations of the Wii U and the Switch. Now, I hear that you have announced a disastrous Switch 2. The Switch has led to some of the worst designed and produced games that I've ever laid my eyes on. The pinnacle of your stupidity or hatred of the world is your game Mario Maker. The production of the most unfortunate release of Mario Maker are the worst things to ever grace this planet's surface since the band Rush crawled their way out of the frozen hellscape we call Canada. To make it worse, this game created a mass following of inferiors who enjoy playing this trash. The leader of these lowlifes is the one called Ryukar. To make it worse, you made a second Mario Maker game. Unlike the Canadians and their music, at least their sequel band Nickelback made great music that made money, unlike Rush. I hope that my Lord and Savior, the great Elon Musk, buys your poverty company and revolutionizes the gaming market like he has with the auto industry. If you had any dignity left, you would invest in Dogecoin like every red-blooded American. Smell you later, Carson T. Wirtz, sent from iPhone.
So, wow, Carson,
no.
you definitely had some interesting takes in that letter that you wrote.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to be bold.
So, what started your hatred for Mario Maker? Like, did you play it and not like it, or?
Yeah, no, I recall one time during a pledgeship event, we had a little thing called a date night, and during this date night, I was forced to watch Mario Maker with one of the brothers, and that just really started a downward spiral with me and Nintendo.
Wow,
Yeah.
that does sound traumatizing.
Yeah,
So what is it about Ryukar that makes you hate him so much?
Was
it one of his videos that you watched with during this traumatizing event? Or?
Yeah, it was one of the video. Yeah, it's one of Ryukar's videos that I was forced to watch as a new member, and he's awkward. He's weird. He reminds me a lot of Ian if Ian were good at Mario Maker. And if you know me at all, I hate Ian, dude.
All right. Oh, and then I would be remiss if I didn't mention the sequel band of Rush, Nickelback.
Yeah, they're just so similar.
Yeah.
But Nickelback is obviously better and did way more for the music industry than Rush did.
Oh,
they wrote animals, dude. Like, Rush couldn't have done that.
Neil Peart could not have done that.
Yeah, Neil Peart could never have done that.
That went amazingly. That was the best segment.
God.
I hope all the listeners get to enjoy that segment.
For the one confused listener that didn't understand what was going on, we wrote each other funny letters to read there. And that was glorious. That was amazing. Those letters do not necessarily reflect the views of the three members on this podcast.
No, not quite.
In fact, Carson's might be the exact opposite.
Love your Rush.
I liked the quote, "The disaster that will be the Switch 2." Like, you already knew. Because if we're being honest, it's gonna be a disaster. On release.
Of course.
You didn't like the Wii U, you didn't like the Switch. Switch 2's not going to change a lot. So
Just more of the same.
and if anything, it's going to open the doors for Mario Maker 3.
You know what is funny is like during the little excitement of like public viewing things, I actually thought about talking about the Switch too.
You're excited for the Switch 2?
Yeah, I actually am, and I was like, I'll talk about Superman.
That would have made that joke so much more funny.
I am not excited about the Switch 2 because I know at some point I'm going to have to buy it to play the games that I want, and I'm not looking forward to that day because that's a lot of money. Yeah,
that's fine.
I'm definitely not going to get that thing on release.
Dude, gamers are the most oppressed group in society.
Yeah, it's pretty rough out here for people that want to play new games. Like,
yeah,
most people wouldn't understand.
No, ever. No, dude. We need reparations. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
For the record, I did not write that one. That's his own.
All right. So the final segment that I want to do here before we wrap this thing up is a segment I call "Bring It Back." Mm-hmm. And so we've prepared. Two of us have prepared. One will improvise things.
Guess which one's who? Which one's which?
Guess who's improvising? All right, listeners, I want you to put in the comment section who improvised and who was prepared. All right, so we each listed three things that we want to get brought. We want to that are like effectively no longer exist. That we want to again. Mm-hmm. And so I'll get started with my first one. We can just pass it around the horn.
That sounds good. I'll go after you, Cook.
Are we starting lowest to highest or highest?
You can go whatever order you want.
Whatever order. I don't have a specific order for mine.
All
right. So I will start. So first one I listed is Heinz Easy Squirt colored ketchup. Okay. And my reasoning for that was I wrote because it is cool and has a fun name. Okay. And let me explain. That. Easy Squirt, Heinz could not have thought of a better name than that. No, I know that probably took them such a long time to come up with that name, and I respect that.
Yeah, very appropriate name for a Heinz product.
Yeah, very appropriate name for a children's product to make them want to eat their French fries or whatever. Mm-hmm. Easy Squirt colored ketchup. I mean, it comes in so many fun colors like purple and blue. And who doesn't want to look like they just put finger paint on their French fries before they eat it? You know what I mean?
We're all adults here.
And sometimes we need a little bit of joy and whimsy in our lives. And I feel like putting just purple sauce on my fried potatoes might bring that whimsy that life is missing.
Yeah, like we don't have the McDonald's play place anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they still exist, but we're not kids anymore.
I could go in there. I wouldn't get out of there, though. They would have to saw me out.
Yeah, probably. All right, my next.
Yeah, nobody actually, let's take a vote.
Do we bring it back?
Bring back Easy Squirt, yes or no?
I think we're all going to vote yes.
I vote yes.
Things. Yes, why not?
All right, I like it. See, Heinz, if you're listening, we're bringing back Easy Squirt.
All right, great.
All right, Carson, go ahead.
The first thing I have, Snapple when they had the glass bottles.
Ooh, glass bottle Snapple.
The glass bottle Snapple, dude.
I forgot. That's like a memory that's been wiped.
It's been the same product, but I will not buy Snapple in a plastic bottle. The glass bottle was special. You could reuse the bottle. It was great. So many different uses for it, and they had a little metal pop tab, They had like little fun trivia fact inside of it.
Yeah.
It had so much character, so much charm. It made it stand out.
Snapple, what are you doing?
Yeah, and they were like, nah, we're going to go to the cheaper plastic thing and make it be all modern and crap. I hate it. I've not bought Snapple since.
Drink your microplastics and don't complain about it.
Yeah, my bad.
So I vote yes to bring that one back.
Of course.
100% agree on that. All right, Deacon, what you got for us?
All right, my first one is the Scooby-Doo gummies from the early 2000s.
Those are gone?
They still make Scooby-Doo gummies, but not the same.
They got rid of light blue. The light blue one was the best.
That was the classic. Huh? That was like the classic one. That was a good one.
Whoever invented the light blue Scooby-Doo gummy, I hope they're doing well.
Yeah, Nobel Prize winner probably.
Whoever took it away. I hope you're not doing well.
Whoever took it away, I hope you're doomed to eternal fist fighting with the dude who invented algebra in hell.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's napped punishment. All right.
And okay, I also vote yes to bring that one back.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'm in on that.
I'm telling you, we're gonna vote yes on all these.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
So my second one is drinking milk in public without getting weird stares. We need to bring that back because listen,
What?
as a kid, I could go out in public and be drinking my milk. Okay, drink milk. But now, if I go out, tell me why it's more acceptable for me to walk down the street drinking a beer than a carton of milk. Tell me why
Are
society.
you saying you underage drink?
No, I've never done that.
Okay.
But if I were to, nobody would bat an eye if I was doing that. But if I was walking down the street with a carton of milk in my hand,
Like what?
everybody'd be looking at me all weird.
I mean, with a carton, maybe. If you're just like drinking like out of like a Nesquik like little like one serve bottle.
What? Have you ever seen the movie Anchorman?
Yeah.
That's why milk's a bad choice.
I'm gonna have to disagree with them though. On a hot summer's day, it's 105 degrees. Nothing hits like milk.
Nice room temperature glass of milk.
And you know what? I might even go as far as to say milk on the rocks. Pour a little ice in the cup. Put a little milk on that thing.
Cook's doing.
I'm actually not going to agree with this one. I think this is a stupid take.
Cook's gonna be the only no.
Yeah.
I'm voting yes.
I'm voting no.
No. I'm gonna drink.
It's a non-issue.
I'm gonna drink my milk in public, and you guys are gonna like it.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to notice. People don't care. All right. I'll go next.
If I saw somebody drinking milk in public, I'd probably say something to them.
I wouldn't. I don't care.
I'd be like, stop.
Dude, we live on a campus where guys spin in circles and shoot their legs up at imaginary airplanes. Dude. Let's be honest here. All right.
Fair enough.
Hey, one day those airplanes will come back.
Yes. No. Okay. So my next one, genre-specific streaming services.
Ooh.
Tell me why we are streaming NHL games exclusively on HBO Max. Why are we doing that? Like, what is going on? Like special event, fucking freaking boxing on Netflix. Like what?
WWE on Netflix as well.
Dude, it's just so strange. So like, the streaming services like already have I think overstayed their welcome. They're doing too much. There's too many of them.
They are growing too powerful.
They're all of it. Freaking Apple TV. It streams Ted Lasso
and Severance.
Severance, and also it's the only place you can watch MLS, Major League Soccer in the U.S. This is nonsense. What is this?
Yeah,
so that's what I got. Streaming services should be specific to what they are. Not doing all this.
For those that use Apple TV, what do you watch on there besides Ted Lasso and Severance?
Yeah.
Like, what is... unless you're a big fan of the MLS, and if you are, pardon me, but like...
You probably shouldn't be. It's a terrible league.
Watch another league.
Is that what I said?
All right, but yeah, I'll vote to bring that one back. My vote is yes on that one. All right, Deacon, you got another one for us?
I do. This is this might be a hot topic, or not very commonly heard topic in this.
Okay.
Going off of what you just said. I think Blockbusters needs to come back.
Blockbuster?
Blockbuster.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Just to really stick it to GameStop.
Yeah. Walking into a Blockbusters in the early 2000s is an experience that I have yet to find anything comparable to.
We're chasing that dragon forever.
Yeah. And I won't be happy until they're back. I think people are so over the streaming services. Now's the prime time to attack.
Yeah, because like Netflix did to Blockbuster, like what Blockbuster did to every mom and pop video store.
And it's time for revenge.
Time for it. You know what? Why not? Bring Blockbuster back. I think it would low-key do well.
I'll vote to bring it back.
Yeah.
With one eye on Netflix.
I can't wait for episode 3, Revenge of the Blockbuster.
Yeah, it's going to go hard.
Add that to the things we're excited about. All right. My final one that I prepared is the McDonald's.
Oh, great.
The McDonald's dollar menu.
Yeah.
Because tell me why. Like a quarter pounder, like medium meal is like what, $7 or something, $6 or $7, something crazy like that, or something close to it. Anyways, like
now the best thing they got is like the $5 meal deal. Dude.
Yeah, which is unbelievable. Like the best deal you can get from McDonald's, like
$5,
a $5 meal deal, and it's absolute trash.
It's not trash.
Well, most things from
it's
McDonald's
totally
are trash.
middle of the road.
But yeah, it's just like the most. It's like, here you can have this soaking wet fish fillet, and also this burger that's been under a heat lamp for 13 years.
Yeah. Delicious
for $5 whole. When you used to be able to get like a McChicken, like a fresh McChicken for $1.
Listen, dude, it's good enough for the president.
Well,
he loves McDonald's.
Yeah.
I vote yes, though.
Yeah,
I vote yeah.
I'm
yeah,
voting yes to bringing that one back because
Yeah.
why? No,
It was great.
McDonald's shouldn't be expensive.
No.
I've talked about this before. But I'm not sure with who, but I know I mentioned it before. But like, the only reason to go to McDonald's before was number one, the place,
Yep.
and number two, it was cheap. Now I'm at the age where I've lost both.
Fair enough.
I don't really have an incentive to go to McDonald's. Like, I probably have McDonald's maybe once every 2 months, maybe.
Sure.
So
I gotcha.
yeah, McDonald's. You want more revenue? Bring back the $1 menu and give me a big boy place.
There you go.
All right. Anyways, Carson, you got another one?
I do. Yeah, my last one. It's funny that you mentioned dollar menus. I don't know if this is like a universal thing. I did not bother Googling it. Like South Bend used to have, they called it the Dollar Theater. Y'all familiar with this idea?
Like a movie theater that costs $1?
Tickets are $1. And what they would do is like they would like take movies that like were either just about to go on to or like they had just gone to DVD. So like they were just out of theaters and it was like, okay, if you still want to go have the movie theater experience and go see the movie you want to go see, like, yeah, you could buy the DVD or go to Family Video or Blockbuster or whatever, or you can pay $1 and go see it in theaters, have that full experience. And the one in South Bend used to be, it was in Mishawaka, it was behind Best Buy. I remember it so vividly. Now it's a gun range.
I love this
and
country.
dude,
Amen.
the point is, like, dude, bring that back. Like, there was some, like, we talked about, like, I don't want to go pay money to go pay full price to go see a movie in theaters. Like, I would wait to go see it in theaters for $1. It's gone. And, like, I don't think there's anything like that anymore.
Speaking of, you know what I still haven't seen? Nosferatu.
Me neither. I want to, though.
Hey,
I want to
I heard it's really good.
Great movie. Same guy who directed Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
I'm waiting for it to come out on
Fortnite.
some streaming service.
Well, it's out. I think it's.
It's on.
Yo, Chad, can we get a
Prime now.
Google?
But I think you still have the faith.
Can I get a vote on dollar theaters?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
vote yes.
absolutely.
If they had one in Crawfordsville, dude, that'd go so hard.
Absolutely, yes.
We'd fill it up.
They're available to stream on Prime Video. Okay, I guess I'll have to watch it on Prime Video.
That sucks.
Wow.
I hate Prime Video. I hate streaming services. Sucks.
Bring back Blockbusters.
Yeah.
Robert Eggers has an unfortunate last name.
He does. Great director, though.
Fortnite.
I'm glad he's making the most of it.
Winslow.
When are they putting? When are they putting Robert Eggers in Fortnite?
Dude, please. Deacon,
All right, Deacon.
what's your last one?
Final one before we wrap up this shoot?
Real Big Fish needs to come back at this point.
Yeah. They do.
Real big.
They haven't toured since 2018. There's been a pandemic, but it's been 5 years.
Bring them back.
They need to come back. Warped Tour's back.
Real big fish. I know you're listening.
Please.
Come back.
Please, we're your biggest fans.
You have a huge follow base here in Crawfordsville, Indiana.
You'll have at least 5 people from Crawfordsville, Indiana come to your show.
And the Wabash Lawn Chair Club.
I was gonna say by large community we mean like a small fraction of one fraternity house on Wabash campus. So
We're working on it.
bring it back.
Hey, Ska Punk is back.
Yeah, fourth
Amen.
wave. We brought it.
Fourth wave.
Amen.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll vote yes to that. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, of course I vote yes to that.
Yeah.
As a Real Big Fish fan myself.
Okay, so since everything else got voted yes, I think we need to
Not yours.
We need to go
Not
back.
the milk
well, we
thing.
need to go back to drinking milk in public.
No.
Now,
Oh.
now what if I
You're right.
have,
I got working a little bit.
what if I have my little juice pouch, but it's full of milk, and I got my little silly straw, and
No.
I'm drinking my. Let me have whimsy.
Dude, my thing. See, Deacon says, yeah, you're being judged for that. You deserve it. I'm saying nobody cares. Dude, nobody cares. Do what you want.
Then
You
we
say
should
that-
bring it back.
It's not gone.
The moment.
It is.
It's a non-issue.
Tell me when you see a non-tweaker drinking milk.
I have never noticed anybody drinking milk in public.
Then I'm not counting at a restaurant. I mean, you're walking down the sidewalk.
Yes,
just
with like a bottle of Nesquik. Like, yes, this happens. Who cares?
Take a picture next time you see one.
I don't take pictures of strangers in public.
Because I'll run up to him and tell
Winslow.
This is you.
Yeah, I am the anchor man, you know?
Look at that scene and tell me that's a normal thing.
Put your phone away.
No phones at work.
Yeah.
This doesn't work.
This is yeah, no kidding.
All right. Thank you all for listening to whatever this turned into. It was a great time.
Are we
had fun.
demonetized yet? We're explicit.
I think we're still monetized. We're at explicit though.
Nah. Oh well.
I hope we're still monetized. YouTube,
Well, monetized.
chill out.
We're
on
not.
Spotify, are we explicit yet?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
Yeah. We want to be an explicit podcast.
Wait, were you going to do what Bobby did last week?
I was
and
gonna
make
yell.
sure- Yeah. Did you listen to last week's episode?
No.
Bobby did the same thing.
They yelled fuck really loud.
Yeah.
Hey, my parents are going to listen to this, dude.
Your pants?
My parents, idiot.
I apologize.
Apologize to Carson's pants.
Pants.
All right. Thank you all for listening to this. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had fun listening to it.
We had a lot of fun.
Please, I got to do the
Carter's
plug.
calling.
Hi, Carter.
Please subscribe
Put him on speaker.
on YouTube.
Hi, Carter. You're on the podcast.
Carter is not live on the pod.
Where's your amp hookup thing?
All right, in that call.
Hold on, Carter.
End the podcast right here. Cut.
All right. Thank you all for listening. Please subscribe on YouTube. Follow us, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever. Leave us a like, please. Leave comments. That helps with engagement as well, please.
Amen.
What now? Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. What you had to say, Deacon?
Follow the Loosey Goosey Experience on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
also, please follow Loosey Goosey Experience. Please follow TDX Wabash account on Instagram as well. And hope you all enjoyed. And until next time, thanks for listening.